and it comes like a bombshell from the pages of Vivekananda's lectures. My dear countrymen, do you feel? That was the most powerful question Vivekananda threw on India. Do you feel that millions and millions of poor people are sinking day and night in dire poverty? All over the lectures of Vivekananda, the great patriotic feeling he aroused, it comes with this question: do you feel? If you feel, that is the first step to patriotism, he says. That's only the first. So this feeling for others, which is the expression of real Vedantic life, absolutely unself-centered. We are all self-centered. Vedanta asks us to be centered in the self. That is the difference. A common man is self-centered. Vedanta says get centered in the self. When you get centered in the self, the same self is in all. The manifestation of bhakti will start. And when bhakti starts, in our case it starts at a ritual level. We love only the image, the photo. But in the real bhakti, you will start loving beings, living beings, whether they are animals or human beings. So that feeling is the real sign that your inner personality is maturing, blossoming and growing, that I can sense the trouble, the difficulties of others, and I am so self-reliant that I can go and extend my helping hand. If we are confined to our own self, it's inner poverty. I am not able to do anything. I may be having money is not a big thing. The ability to have the mind to give the money to others, that is a great thing. In India we don't have poverty. We have plenty of richness, but mental poverty is there. Temples are full of money. Tirupati is full of money. Mukambika is full of money. Even in Aripad we have got one Nagaraja Kshetram full of money. But everybody is keeping inside the bank. Once I was in one center before coming to this place. We had no money, and after 2 years we got plenty of money. Then the money should not be in the bank as fixed deposit. Use the money for the enjoyment of poor people. Build the houses. Utilize the money. So the inner resources, what we have, it must be utilized for the sake of others. But for that we must have inner resources. What is the inner resources? Another is the ability, the capability to share these inner resources for the sake of others. Holy Mother had that in abundance. So before she ate, for her separate rice was kept. Father told for sadhu, we have kept separate rice. But before she took food, she told people are poor, they are struggling, they are suffering with hunger, and we have served hot khichdi, how can they eat? So that is the inner resource she had. Immediately the tiny hand she went on fanning. It looks very funny. Small in our house also it may be happening. A baby coming and helping elderly people, because the sensitiveness has been aroused and she did like that. So that is how the ability, nobody gave her any advice or any opinion. She herself went and did. Another incident where we find that she was totally reliant on herself in taking decisions. Though she was married, and in olden days women were they were very much subdued and resigned to the husband. Nowadays at least, different incarnations of Kali is coming. In those days, wives were not at all Kali or Chamundi, simply subdued and very humble and simple. Lakshmi Narayan Marwadi, he came and gave 10,000 rupees to Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna didn't accept that. He went to Sarada Devi. Sri Ramakrishna himself told, she is Lakshmi. Go, Lakshmi Narayan Marwadi went to Lakshmi and she told, this is 10,000 rupees. So she had the ability to depend on herself. She didn't bother whether Sri Ramakrishna accepted or rejected. She came to know that he didn't accept. She didn't even discuss with him. But she decided that decision-making ability is a sign of self-reliance. You are able to decide for yourself. She told, if I accept this money, ultimately it will be used for his needs only. So ultimately it will be as good as he accepting the money through me. That's a very clever tactics. Those who know accounts, they know how to manipulate black money. It's called money laundering, and so many different technical words are there. But Mother told, if I have to take it, I will have to take it only for his need. So whatever he doesn't want, why should I take? She could have taken. A sensible woman, a responsible woman, she would have taken, because they were in need of money. Not only this, at a particular stage of Sri Ramakrishna's life, when he was in Kashipur garden, once his direct disciples have eaten something and the expenditure increased. Then Surendra, Ramchandra and others, they told, where are the accounts? Oh, you people have eaten so much. It became so sensitive that Vivekananda got so upset. Young boys, they are, without eating, how they will stay? And somewhere they have eaten one little non-veg, because in Bengal, Brahmins also eat fish. They have taken non-vegetarian food. Why you are spending so much? And it became so messy that Vivekananda went and told Sri Ramakrishna, they are all in this. Devotees are telling Surendra and others that expenditure of boys eating is increasing. That simply Sri Ramakrishna took the trouble. I call that Lakshminarayan Marwadi. Where is he? At that time he wanted to give 10,000. Shall I call Lakshminarayan Marwadi? See how free and flexible in approach. One time he rejected Lakshminarayan Marwadi like poison. But when the need came, Sri Ramakrishna was not rigid and dogmatic. Shall I call Lakshminarayan Marwadi? I vacate this Kashipur garden. We will stay under the tree. Let Surendra, Ramchandra, Radhavan get out like that. Come on. And the news reached, they got panicky, they got frightened. Because Ramakrishna you cannot get every day. And you get only once this Ramakrishna. They all came back and patched up the whole thing. So much courageous. Sri Ramakrishna is totally self-reliant. What your money can do, nothing. So Holy Mother also did not depend on the money. You see, we all depend, we become reliant on so many outside things, is it not? Spiritual life really, as we think about self-reliance, is the ability to stand on our own inner resources, the mental stuff, the resilience. Even if poverty comes, I will not bow down my head. Let me die. So Sarada Devi didn't accept that 10,000 rupees. She told no. Very politely she refused. If I am to use, it will be against his own wish and it will be for his needs. So I don't take. Independently deciding and deciding independently, both are different. Taking decision independently and independently taking decision, both are totally different. Many times we take decisions independently, is it not? Without consulting the husband, without consulting the children, without caring for the team in which we are. I am independent, what I think right I will do. So in that taking decisions independently, you may be independent, but you have no concern, care or consideration or feeling for others. What I think right I will do. That is okay, but what you think you will do as right, but is it right for others? Whereas when you independently take decision, that means you are so independent that your selfish attitude, selfish dreams and fancies, you are free from that. You are independent from selfishness and independence is affecting our freedom. I will marry the girl I want. You have married the girl you want, but it's hell in the house. She is disrespecting the mother. She doesn't follow our family custom and tradition. Oh, I have taken my decision independently. Absolutely imprisoned in his own selfishness. It is not freedom. It is not independence. You are caught. You are bound by your own selfishness. Whereas independently, when you are deciding, that independence means you are free from your own individual motives. That is called independence, freedom, swatantrata. I am considerate of everybody, I have to take care of everyone, not caught within our own personal views and prejudices. Let me independently work. When you work independently, you will be independent of your own emotional things. That means freedom. In freedom, freedom is there only when you are taking care of everybody. Otherwise, you are so personal, so individualistic, so alone. You have taken decision independently, but nobody will welcome that decision. Whereas a real mother, she is also deciding, not taking decision independently. Independently, she will be taking decision. Because a mother, she will be always taking decision independent, free from her personal needs and wants. She will be thinking of the whole family. If I independently decide, this will be good for the whole family. That is how her freedom dictates the decision. Whereas her selfishness dictates. Whereas her freedom, the love for all dictates. So mother used to take independent decisions, not decisions independently. She was totally independent. How? Free from her own selfish motives, selfish needs. So the decisions taken will be for the welfare of everyone. That is how her self-reliance asserted herself in all the behavior. At the same time, the great feminine tendency, it also accompanied her. In another incident, we find how mother even confronts Vivekananda, and the politeness and the dignity with which she confronts Vivekananda, it is so majestic, so tender. Vivekananda is so robust and strong, he could not even utter one word. When he returns from the West, he comes to meet mother. He takes more than the regular dip in the Ganges, because he is thinking mother, so much embodiment of purity and so much of devotion and reverence. And after coming like a adamant boy, says, what your Gurudev and others, I don't believe in all those things. Ultimately, what power your Guru and Gurudev has got, that Muslim fakir cursed me and I have to suffer loose motion for 1 week. What is your power? Then mother tells her, Gurudev has not come to destroy anybody. Sri Ramakrishna has not come to destroy anything. He has come to keep everything, make everything as it is working. He is not a destroyer of anything. Still, you have to accept that he was powerless and the Muslim fakir cursed, and I have to undergo so much suffering. Yes, he was arguing like this. Mother became a little silent and she told, yes, my child, what can be done? Your shika would be, your tuft is in his hand, what I can do. You may talk like this, but Sri Ramakrishna is holding your tuft. Your tuft is in his hand. The moment she uttered these words, it had a terrific effect on the mind of Vivekananda. His eyes became very watery, and with great devotion and sense of love for Sri Ramakrishna, he folded his hands, made a pranam, and quietly went away. Just one statement that you may talk like this, but what can I do, my child? Your tuft is in the hands of Sri Ramakrishna. That's all. So the combination of these two elements, which are mutually contradictory, self-reliant at the same time, ability to share, extend oneself for the other person, it's a very beautiful combination. It's like a great music combining two ragas, merging beautifully and mingling to form a great music of harmony. Mother revealed that self-reliance through her life. During her early days of marriage also we find this ability of self-reliance expressing. Many of the village women have it even now. Maybe the sophisticated way of education is disturbing that quality. We have a weakness, all of us have a weakness. Anything that comes to our ears, whether it is authentic, true or false, immediately from the ear it goes to the brain, is it not? Suppose somebody tells me, be careful of that Meera teacher, Swamiji. And you have to be very careful. She is a complicated person. I may be dealing with her for the last 1 week. Suddenly somebody may tell, and that words, whether true or not, I will not verify. I will not give up. It is already lodged into my brain, and from there I will work. The moment I see that Meera teacher, these thoughts will work. It is happening to us, is it not? Most of us don't even verify or find out whether it is true or not. Nothing has happened between us and that person. Somebody has put this idea and we go on carrying it. In Bengali it is called Kanpatla. Kanpatla means thin ears. The ears are so thin that immediately it went without any discrimination, it is staying in your brain, and from there it is giving trouble. So when people told Gadadhar has become mad, of course it is a very shattering news. It happens to most of us also. We will collapse. If anything bad is told about our husband now, first thing is shock. Afterwards we will recover and know my husband is not like that. It takes a lot of self-reliance. This is what is called the inner reserves. We fall back on our own ability. We hear, and then for a few minutes before registering it into our brain, let me see, let me verify. Let me find out what exactly it is. Though it was painful to Sarada during those days when Gadadhar was called as mad, and there is a great joy in pinching other people, especially women. So the village ladies went on telling, Ayo, Sadhu, Pavam, poor lady, she got married, she's such a nice girl, but that fellow has come this way. Oh. So though she used to hear, but inside her own mind she told, let people tell whatever they want, it is their opinion. It is their opinion. Why should I be disturbed, moved, or influenced by their opinion? To remain uninfluenced by others' opinion, you require so much of inner stability, is it not? Inner maturity is required. Then she decided that let him be mad or anything, but I will go and see and find out. Had she not had that reliance on her own self, this information would have already disturbed her mind, colored her, prejudiced her. The moment she would have entered Dakshineshwar, she would have entered with that feeling, Gadadhar is mad. It is happening to all of us. If you watch, to me also it happened. One day somebody told, Swamiji, your name is like that, and another man told, you are very strict. And in the very introduction, in one of the meetings, he is introducing me, Vivekananda's 150th celebration. I heard that Swamiji is a very strict man, very disciplined man. Then he is telling, after 1 week of dealing with him, I find all those informations are wrong. I thought this is the way to introduce me. And why do you get influenced? See, most of us get influenced because we don't have inner reliance. And when mother came, she came with an open, unprejudiced mind. Let me see and then conclude. But in our cases, without knowing the truth, just by hearsay, we conclude things, is it not? And sometimes even after finding that Meera teacher is really a good person, I got a wrong information. I have already tuned myself to that. So my personality is so colored that I am not able to adjust with a good person also. How to remove it? It is easy to put inside the brain. We don't know the art of plucking out the wheel from the brain. That is why Vivekananda says education is not the amount of information thrust into the brain running riot there, whole life. So in our brain also hundreds of informations are going. We put inside, but how to take it out? That is what we will be discussing in the evening. Chanchalam Vimana Krishna. Mind hundreds of things have gone inside. We allowed it inside, but we are not able to remove it from the mind and throw it out, in spite of knowing that it is torturing and nagging us. Sarada Devi was so reliant, so depending on her own nature. Let people talk. I will decide. So who gave this personality development class? Is it not? Decision making capability, the leadership quality, who gave? That is Indian women's real greatness. They don't go to any school. They learn from the day-to-day events of life and build their personalities. And then Ramayana, Mahabharata and the other things which were taught to her, she picked up all these things from those lessons which were important to her. Many times we listen to Ramayana and Mahabharata. Listening doesn't make it a reading. We don't read anything from Mahabharata. We don't learn Katha Kalakshepam. So many days they are telling, I heard it, but I never listened and learned anything from that. Learning is an exclusive art of education. Father, no schools are required. So Sarada Devi learned this art of self-reliance. Not only this, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, it will never stretch your hand. What a beautiful statement. You see, what I advise to his wife. Never stretch your hand to anybody, whatever may be the difficult situations you are in. Never stretch your hand, because the moment your one stretches the hand, you are already escaped. And Sarada Devi, what a tragic situation she was caught in. Sri Ramakrishna has passed away, and she was being given pension of 5 rupees from the Dakshineshwar temple. Her nephew, Sri Ramakrishna's brother or somebody, Ramlala, he went to the Dakshineshwar temple and told, now she doesn't need that 5 rupees. It is so cruel. She is already struggling with hardly 1 or 2 pieces of cloth, no food. Now we are eating plenty of food in her name. But when Sri Ramakrishna passed away, utter poverty. And lots of stitches were there in her saris. And how she, though she is a Lakshmi, she will be walking on the street and slowly plucking green leaves on the roadsides. Come, cook rice, cook the green leaves, sometimes there will be no salt also. So once, very intelligently, she collected these green leaves, seeds, planted in the compound. And when it was slowly sprouting up, Lakshmi was related to Sri Ramakrishna. She came and purposely stand and killed all those green leaves. It was really too much. You are already suffering, and in-laws have got a special capability to insult. The way they will look and they will stand. But Sarada Devi held her own balance. And after a long time, when she became very famous, Lakshmi used to come to her. Oh, you are not taking care of me. But Sarada Devi knew that Lakshmi was Shitala's aspect. So very carefully and in a very intelligent way, she will be dealing with her without making her angry or disturbed. One day she had come to Ubodan, and huge quantity of fruits, sweets, flowers, everything has come to mother. And mother was busy. It was Sri Ramakrishna's birthday, and she was also nursing the women disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, maybe Godamma, Yogimma. So when Lakshmi Devi came, she saw mother is busy, and mother could not attend on Lakshmi Devi. She went away, and while going she told, oh, nowadays you don't care for us. But mother was so intelligent that she called a brahmachari and they sent fruits, sweets and one piece of cloth. Tell Lakshmi Devi is going to Belur-Math or somewhere to attend Sri Ramakrishna Jayanti. You give her and tell mother says very sorry because she was busy, she couldn't attend on you. Next time mother has requested that you should spend the whole day, take food and then only you will eat. She was so pleased. But after her going, mother told her, these These were the people who were taking care of me when the master passed away. And the way they took care, but still she didn't lose her inner balance or the inner cool. Her ability to stand on her own legs. Ultimately, Sarada Devi's mother called her and told, "You please come and stay here." So like this, she tested Sri Ramakrishna also, as Sri Ramakrishna courageously tested her. It's not that Sri Ramakrishna tested mother, mother also gave a counter test to him. One day, all of you know that Sri Ramakrishna asked her, "How do you look upon me? Have you come to drag me into this world?" So it's like testing a woman, whether she is really coming as a companion to his spiritual life. So when you start testing somebody, that means in a way you are putting her down, is it not? Are you up to the level, up to my expectation, up to my mark? If somebody is up to our mark, we don't put question and verify whether they are up to our expectations. Sri Ramakrishna tested her. How do you look upon me? Have you come to drag me? She told, "Why should I drag you? I have come to you as your companion to fulfill your spiritual pursuit." And she was also equally stubborn, equally capable. "How do you look upon me?" That requires tremendous courage to ask a husband, is it not? "How do you look upon me? You gave me an examination, take examination now." So the student became a teacher. See, to become a teacher to the husband is not an easy thing. It is easy to be questioned, but questioning the husband, "Now how do you look upon me? You understood how I am looking upon you. That is from my side, I have passed my test. I am not going to pull you to the normal life of a married person. I will be your consort, fulfilling your spiritual needs. How do you look upon me?" That was a tremendous question, is it not? To ask Sri Ramakrishna, "How do you look upon me?" was a great question with so much of weight behind it. That means how much self-reliance, confidence she had. Then Sri Ramakrishna also had to come down and told, "The same Kali I am worshipping in the temple, whom I am worshipping as my own mother, Garbhodari, the same Kali, Mother, Divine Mother, is massaging my feet." Then she told us, "You have passed, I give you 100 marks. She also got her assurance, the capacity to raise to the level of the main counterpart. Not only with Sri Ramakrishna, during the other later stage of her life, when Sri Ramakrishna passed away and the Ramakrishna Mutt started emerging as one of the great movements in the world, dealing with the direct disciples, it was not an easy job. Each one of them was a giant, and Vivekananda was a super giant. And they declared all his intelligence put together cannot match. All the intelligence of Americans put together cannot match the intelligence of Vivekananda. Even he was kept under mother's tender control. 2 times it happened. Once when Vivekananda, out of his great compassion, wanted to sell the Belur Mutt lands. Other people got a little panicky. "Oh, what is going to happen? He is going to sell the Belur Mutt. With so much effort we purchased this Belur Mutt land and other thing. We want to sell just for a momentary women fancy." Then they told, No. Who is going to control Vivekananda? Even Sri Ramakrishna found it difficult to control him. He says, "Mahamaya herself stands 10 feet away from Narendra, enchanted by the powers and the beauty she has given to him." And Sri Ramakrishna had to pray when he was in the cradle to Divine Mother, "Put some Maya, otherwise this fellow will run away." So with all those controls, they couldn't control Vivekananda. So someone told, "Why not ask Mother?" Moment Mother's name was uttered, Swamiji got control. "Oh, she is there." Then they went and discussed, and all of you know that Mother told, and Swamiji was a law student. Mother, she never went to any school, but she had such a legal brain. She told, "Tell Narendra that the land is registered in my name, not in his name. He can't sell it. It's a legal thing. Only when there is such a intelligence is there and so much of inner resources. So in all these events, we find mother not depending on money, not depending on material prosperity, not depending on the companionship of man or woman, or any buildings or any material comfort, absolutely centered in our own inner qualities. The great capacity to be rooted in oneself and keep the equilibrium. So that is called self-reliance, and she kept herself free because of that. Another instance where Swami Vivekananda wanted to worship Mother as living Durga, and he told, this time we will offer Bali, we will offer everything is hyper. For Vivekananda everything is superlative. It goes to sometimes bombastic way of expression also. The whole Ganges will become red with the Bali we give. So like that in a very superlative way he was talking. And the news went to Mother's ears. She told, Naren, you are all sannyasis. Jiva himsa should not happen through sannyasis' hands. You cannot and should not give Bali. Sannyasa means it's abhayadhana for everybody. Our mantra is like it. Abhayam sarva bhuteshu mantra sarvam pravartate. The whole universe has come out of me, so it is part of me. I give them fearlessness. So when you have given this fearlessness, taken this vrata, how can you give Bali? There is no more second opinion on mothers. So such managerial ability from where she got. That all comes from depending on oneself. Total self-reliance. The great beauty of Mother is that along with that self-reliance, she had the spiritual richness, utter purity, which gives enormous power to a woman when she becomes a pativrata. Total purity. Like Kannagi in Tamil Nadu, she could burn the whole Madhura. Sita was there without any astra. Ravana defeated so many kings, but he could not even touch Sita. If Sita wanted, she could have burned the Lanka. After she came back, somebody asked, Sita, you had so much power as a pativrata, why did you not burn the Lanka? Then she replied, it is in the Kamba Ramayana, Nada Nambirka Nana Mundaga Dirika. Nada means her Nada, Prabhu Ramachandra's Bana. Rama Bana is so famous, it should not be put to shame. So I waited for Rama Bana to kill Ravana. Otherwise I could have burned Lanka with my mere wish. But my Prabhu Ramachandra, his Rama Bana is so famous, I should not insult, so I controlled my power. So much of sacrifice, the ability to extend oneself, that sacrifice is a tremendous capacity of self-reliance. Unless you are self-reliant, you cannot sacrifice for others. We are not self-reliant, most of us are self-obsessed. The two opposite qualities, self-obsession, another is self-reliant. And along with the self-reliance, Mother exhibited the other counterpart of that quality, that she was totally taking care of everybody. Even people who are not directly concerned or thinking of Holy Mother, she used to take care of them. In the life history of Holy Mother, if you read the Bengali books, there are so many incidents where the Mother was utterly aloof, above all, totally free, yet she got involved with everybody's life. At the same time, if anybody is trying to give a threat or anything, she will immediately withdraw. What can you do to me? I am absolutely above all and absolutely for all. Thus in Mother's life we get lessons for Indian womenhood as a mother, as a wife, how we have to run the family. Similarly, that motherly heart and that self-reliant quality, for any one of us, it is a lesson to learn when we conduct an organization. When you are self-reliant, you cease to become partial. You are absolutely impartial, at the same time caring, sharing and concerning all. So two opposite contradicting things meet, merge and mingle to form the music of Holy Mother Sarada Devi that makes her the self-reliance Rupini Sarada Devi. few words, these words I offer at our holy feet and invoke our blessings that we too become self-reliant, at the same time have love, care and concern for others. Jai Ma.